So in this session, we'll see about uh, dynamic choice lists and creating them and using them in Groovy. So we will create one DCL in events object for contact. So basically, what we are trying is we are trying to associate a contact to this event. So currently we don't have any relationship with a contact. So we need to we need to list all the contacts, right, available in the system in this place. Suppose, so this is a fixed choice list, right? So, but we want a dynamic list, so that should automatically fetch the contacts listed in the system. So we'll go to event object in application composer. Okay, here we'll create a new field and we will with the type of choice list dynamic. Click OK. Here we'll say contact name. Okay, we need to list the contact names. We don't have any constraints at there right now, so it's okay. It is not a required field. We'll click next to select the object details. So here we'll select the related object as contact. So whatever object list, right, whatever object records we want to show in this particular object, we need to select that particular object. And we wanted to show name, contact name on the list values. And if any data filters, so we can use here. We can use something like country or city. So based on these fields, we can just use, and then we can filter filter in that DCL and existing filter, advanced filters, so we can use. So these are existing filters to show all contacts. So even if we don't use any filter, so it lists all the records. And advanced filter will take in the next session. Now, after filling all these options, just save and continue or submit. So now we need to go to pages and we need to expose this field to event pages. So this first layout is for fundraising event type, and while selecting, we need to select other than this value so that our field will display. So here is our field contact name. So we'll just expose, save and close. Now we go to events object and click on the event name. We could see contact name field, and if we click here, so we can see all the list of contacts here. Okay, now we'll just click on search. So we could see all of these contacts existing in the system. So we can select any one and then associate to this particular event. And when we click a DCL, so we get this option. So to navigate to the contact record. So it's a hyperlink. So when we click on this contact name, so it navigates to the contact details page, and we can see full details about this contact. Okay. So this is the contact details page. Okay. Now, so this is how we will create and expose DCLs, right? So now how do we get the contact? Suppose so we just have the contact name, right? So if we want to fetch some fields related to this contact, so then how do we fetch this contact details in Groovy? And if you want to update something, so then how we can update? So for that, we'll go to application composer. Since dynamic choice list is a 1 to m relationship, so it create when we create this DCL, so it automatically creates 1 to m 1 relationships. So now we'll go to server scripts to uh, find the the related object details. Okay, so we'll use simple set at before update trigger. Fields, expand event. So we have two. There is existing contact also, but we are using contact name. Okay, so this is our field contact name. that is showing under related objects. So if you want to fetch the collection name or the contact list name, so we can click on the event object and then search for contact name of so here is the lookup created. So basically when we create one DCL, it creates the contact name underscore C field. So and then one more field with underscore C underscore ID. So it is the backend ID. Okay, so it creates this ID as well, and a relationship object, a related object. Okay, so here, so this is the related object. If we observe the name, so contact name underscore object underscore C. So we can either insert or we can copy. Okay, so if we create a simple DCL, so it creates these three fields, and those we can see here. Okay, so now if you want to get the contact name, we can directly get from this field. If you want to get the current contact party ID, so we can get using this field. And if you want to get some field in contact name in contact object, so then we need to use this particular related object. So to go to related object, so expand contact name or click on this contact name. So in contact object, right? So if we click on this this particular contact name, so below we can see all the fields available in contact object. Okay, so these are all the fields in contact object. Whatever right? So whatever fields in contact, so the all will be listed here. Everything. So if you want to get something like email, contact email, so we can search for that email. Basically, we are searching the fields in contact object, and we are inserting. If we insert here, now we can observe. So it inserts the object, related object, question mark dot email. So here email is the field in contact object, and how and this is the relationship name, and it holds all the object details, means all fields, all details. So from this it is accessible. Now if we want to access okay, def so in this variable we are storing the event contact email. So now we want another field called ACT score. So there is one custom field in contact object. So we need to get this field value. We'll insert here. Okay. Now if we observe, the only change here is the API name is appending here. So we can use this related object and then dot the API name. So yeah, so this is how we can access current record field details. So to set um so if you want, we can validate, and we can use in uh, we can print. Okay, so we'll print, and we can see these details. So this is about uh, getting the related object uh, fields, right? So then we can also set values. So how we can set is we can use the same API name. Same way we can insert this field, and then we can use set attribute of we can use set attribute or just equal to, and then we can set some score. So this is how, or we'll take some other field. Okay. So we are setting reference letters to this value. So if you want to update any field in contact object so we can use the same related object and then field name, and then we can set the value. So we'll save this script, and then we'll go to event object. Since we have written this trigger, the code on before update, so will update something, and so that it should set. And also we will enable the runtime messages. So we will enable this logging so that all the printlns will display here. Also, we will expose uh, in contact object, we'll expose that field. Okay, so we added reference letters to the contact UI, and we'll go to the events now. So we'll pick new event, and then we'll update. Okay, we'll change the event type so that our contact will display, and we'll select the contact, and we'll save. Now on saving, so the script, whatever we have written on the event, right? So event object will get run, and then it will print the messages, whatever we have printed. So the email and then act score, and then it also sets the contact field. Uh, uh, so to see the contacts set attribute, right? So we'll go to the contact name, and we'll see that field is uh, getting set or not. Oh. So reference letters is a checkbox. So we need to give Y or N. And to see the get attribute details, so we will go to printlns. Yeah. So it printed uh, the event act score and email. So why this email is printed like this is, so email again is a collection. It doesn't store the email directly. So to get the email, we need to use again one more collection. So because email will store in a collection again. So but act score is null, so it is printing null. So now we'll modify something script. We are changing this to Y, and email, in place of email, uh, yeah. So this is also fine. And or what we'll do, we'll set the act score. Okay, we'll set act score to something 12, and then we'll print that value, and then that we are using in the print. So for now, we can ignore email because it's a again collection. So we need to write, we need to retrieve that email from different one more collection. So whatever we are seeing here, email, it's not a field, it's a collection. Now we just updated a event, and then we are going to the contact. Okay, so now you can observe this reference letters field is set to yes. Now we'll go to the runtime messages and we'll see whether it printed the other act score or not. Yeah. So initially the act score was null, right? So so then it printed 12 because we are setting and then we are retrieving that value. We are setting the value and then we are reading the value. So it printed. This is how we can set and then we can get the values to a related object, and especially in DCLs. So this is how we can retrieve.